Sadly, it's the one on your elbow and not the one that I actually found humorous. Now, you're all about to hear a lot of puns, so just be wary of that. But a lot of people who think that when you hear a lot of puns in a short period of time, you think you've been punished for something. Well, I don't think that's the case. For I believe, and Sir Alfred Hitchcock believes, that puns are the highest form of literature. Alright, so now, if you don't think that I'm able to give this speech, well, trust me, I am. Because I'm totally qualified for this. And now, puns are defined as a joke that exploits the multiple different meanings, or different possible meanings of a word. Now, let's talk about some puns. Puns come in a lot of different shapes and sizes, different varieties, basically about as diverse as us. They come as downright horrible to utterly hilarious. They come from someone taking off their shirt to literally anything else in a bad text message. Some of them can actually be rather complex, such as, I would say F the weather, but I'm pretty sure it's under 18. Kind of ironic because, it's kind of ironic because that's kind of what it is like outside. And now, about the amount of puns you're about to hear is going to escalate rather quickly. Puns also shouldn't really be used for flirting all too terribly much, but they do give you the best pickup line around. Look at that. It's glorious. All these pickup lines. Now, one of the most notable qualities of puns is that they don't really have to be clever. They don't have to be precisely said. They don't even have to. They can even be screwed up. But the only thing they really have to be is true to the nature that they have different meanings to the word, meaning that anyone can interpret them differently. Now, some of the more bad puns that are just kind of make you want to shake your head and say no, show you, trust me. One of my favorite jokes as a child was, what did the blind man say when he walked into the bar? Ow. Have you ever hit your head on one of those bed frames in the dorms? Hurts a lot. What I find funny is he really didn't see it coming, but that's besides the point. Now, another bad pun I'll show you is from one of my favorite composers, Johann Sebastian Bach. He does a small acrobatics trick called the Bach flip. That's a pretty bad pun. And I hope it left you saying, oh dear. Now, or dear Lord. Some of the best puns are more spontaneous, where you don't have a plan down, no picture there. You can just kind of, you're going in conversation, and all of a sudden you accidentally, you're talking about fish, and you say some sort of aqua pun, or how that's shellfish of you or something. And you don't really try it, it's just something that's just bad, and you just sit there and go, hey, and we're horrible people. And you leave it at that. One of the best things about puns is that they've been found all throughout history. They've been found in the Bible, such as when somewhere in the Bible, not a religious person, sorry, but someone in the Bible said, "Thou art Peter, and on this rock I shall build my church." Sounds like a horrible pun, all right? It's actually, in the original text, Peter meant rock. So it's literally saying that on this rock I build rocks. So, on top of that, it kind of makes fun of the whole Christianity and foundation of that, putting it on this ground. That's, again, a different speech. Now, another person who's been known for puns all throughout his life is Shakespeare. Shakespeare, in all of his plays, always has puns somewhere in there. One of his more morbid and actually clever puns is found in Romeo and Juliet, when Mercutio is stabbed. With one of his dying breaths, he tells Romeo, "Tomorrow you shall find me a grave man." Now, that can mean multiple things, such as, in our context, it can mean, "Dude, you need to find me a grave, man." Pretty sure that's not it, though, but Shakespeare would still approve. It would also be that you need to find me a grave man, or someone who digs graves, or a mortician. Or you could also find me a serious man, which Mercutio was very playful, but now he's going to be very serious, thus dead. Now, passing on to that point, I'll get to probably the power of the pun, which is the reaction. Reactions, you almost always get a reaction from a pun. Some people it goes over head, and just don't really quite find puns funny, but they do understand how clever they are. And others like me who find them just way too hilarious and probably need to stop. But, oh well, not going to. But the reaction is probably what you get the most. Whether it's someone laughing or it's a groan and a death stare that makes it so you should stop speaking. Either way, the power is that you've gotten a reaction from them, and that in itself is positive. Because from a reaction, you know that you've distracted them from something in their day, whether it be pain, whether it be anything in their day. You've taken all of their attention and put it on yourself and made them smile, made them something inside saying, really? You found that funny. And that in itself is almost funny. So now, I must ask you a question. Yeah, I see problems with that. Now, raise your hand if you think puns are the highest form of humor. Alright, I got a few of you. Alright, trust me, all of you will be raising hands soon. Now, you know that puns come in many different shapes and sizes, found throughout history, and the reaction is where the power comes from. Now, like I said before, Alfred Hitchcock said this, and I also say this, puns are a form of